Hello again. I am Spidey 101, and today this video is unscripted again. So let's just hope that this one is not cringeworthy for me, at least. Sorry if my voice is a little muffled. Hopefully that's louder. But sorry if my voice is a little muffled. I literally just woke up, not an exaggeration. And I saw this article last night, but I did not. Well, I of course did not talk about it last night because I need to get some sleep. So, but I'm here to talk about it right now. So, this article came out yesterday. It was shared by Xochitl Gomez herself, and I'm assuming this is from the Disney 23 magazine, because it was mentioned in the article. But yeah, this is Xochitl Gomez, the specific part where she talks about America Chavez and her interpretation, and also some interesting things, some interesting plot points that are tied to her interpretation of America Chavez in the film. So without further ado, let's get to reading. A Star is Born, one of my favorite movies. Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness also introduces America Chavez, a popular character from the comics played by Xochitl Gomez. America was raised in a reality separate from time and possesses superhuman abilities. America is someone we've been trying to get into the MCU for a long time. Okay. This felt like the best place to do it because multiverse is in the title, and her powers specifically have to do with the multiverse. Her powers being that she can punch open doorways to other universes. That's something we haven't seen in our movies. A character who can actually walk from one universe to another. That's maddening in itself for characters such as Doctor Strange and Wong, whose jobs are to protect those barriers. It's that part kind of confirms the fact that she's kind of being used as a plot MacGuffin here, because when they say that they've been trying to get her into the MCU for a while, they don't really talk about, because she's such a great dynamic character. No, it's because the whole multiverse plot, which for me is a bit plot MacGuffin-y. I don't really like that. But this plot synopsis that comes afterwards really interests me. And this is the interesting part. America first meets the sorcerers in the streets of New York City while being chased by Shima-Gorath, an angry, massive, one-eyed creature with long green tentacles. If a threat like that comes into our reality from another, those guys are going to fight it. Bomber said, well, duh. Eventually, Steven realizes that the monster... This is the interesting part. Eventually, Steven realizes that the monster has been pursuing America across multiple realities. This is the interesting part. Like, why would Shima-Gorath be going after America specifically? That is the interesting part. Because before, we didn't know what Shima-Gorath was there for. And in my speculation in terms of my vision for America Chavez in the movie, in the MCU, my vision was that she would either come in or be pursued by Doctor Strange, and Shima-Gorath would just be there, to fight them. But apparently, Shima-Gorath came there to pursue America, which is very interesting. Very, very interesting. He naturally wants to know more about her, says Gomez. who brushed up on America's history in the comics during her 6-month audition process, which is fine, you know. Tobey Maguire didn't really know that much about Spider-Man when he um when he got the role at first, so you know that's fine. With America, now this is the part that made me like when I read this last night. I was like, okay, Xochitl Gomez, like she gets it, she gets this character. With America, she just keeps going, especially when things are going wrong, and everything is going wrong for her. She's running away from her uniqueness until she learns to embrace it. I love that because even though it's slightly different, not drastically different, but slightly different from what her main arc is, I really like that because it's familiar but at the same time is different, and I love that. Like I can tell she gets the character. She just never loses hope, and I can relate to that. She's aspirational that way. And you know, after this moment, after this article, now I don't have any concerns about Xochitl Gomez iteration of America Chavez. Now I fully believe, because before, like I said in the previous videos, with her interviews at the Shang-Chi premiere and the No Way Home premiere, she did not say anything at all about how much she loved America Chavez or how much she was looking forward to playing her character or what makes her different from other female heroes in the Marvel Universe. Like, she didn't say anything. She was just, oh, it's such a pleasure to be in the MCU, you know, to work with you. You know, it's just the same old stuff. But in this article, we really get to hear how she feels about being America Chavez and her thoughts on the character and why the character is special to her and, as she says, aspirational. You know, like it really, like this really gave me confidence in terms of her take on the character and her knowledge on the character and how her knowledge can really help her performance as well. Because even though I haven't seen her in anything, I do know that she is a great actress. And I look forward to seeing her in the movie. Like, after this, I have complete hope for her. You know, because from this, it's like she gets it. But the rest of this article is more about, you know, she doesn't really talk about America specifically in the rest of this article. This is more of just like behind the scenes stuff. And to give some feedback on that, you know, it's cool because even though I'm not with the MCU anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm more on my way out than a fan of MCU stuff. And you know, I have exceptions like Spider-Man, America Chavez if she's done well, Defender stuff if they're the same iterations and characters, Cloak and Dagger and Runaways if they're the same iterations and characters, Shang-Chi, Captain America, Fantastic Four, Moon Knight, Guardians of the Galaxy, so on and so forth. Even though I have those exceptions, I'm still very much on my way out when it comes to the MCU. But it's still cool to see that a newcomer is being welcomed in a very, you know, open and nice way. And it's cool to see that Marvel Studios, even though they don't really, let's just say they don't really do a lot of, I don't know, inventive things when it comes to filmmaking. it is cool that they still ask for like creative input from like the actors and actresses. That's pretty rad. And to see that Xochitl got that same opportunity, especially like that advice from Lizzie Olsen, is pretty cool. Yeah, it's always endearing to hear that. It's always endearing to hear those kinds of stories. But yeah, overall, Xochitl Gomez, I have absolutely no more worries about her. After reading this article, I can see that she understands what this character is about. Even though she doesn't really talk about her that much, because from this article, it shows that, she's very much a newcomer when it comes to America Chavez, which is completely fine, I didn't get to reading all of her comics until like 2 years ago. But I've been a fan of her character ever since Marvel Rising back in 2018. And that's fine, That's totally fine. So no matter if you're a new fan of the character or an OG fan of the character, you're still a fan of the character nonetheless. And if you can sum up and give a unique explanation in terms of why the character means so much, you definitely have my support, especially with that quote from Xochitl herself. With America, she just keeps going, especially when things are going wrong, and everything is going wrong for her. She's running away from her uniqueness until she learns to embrace it. She just never loses hope, and I can relate to that. She's aspirational in that way. That quote right there says everything. And now, I have had hope ever since I made that second video. But now I have even more hope, because this shows that she understands who America Chavez is, what her struggle is, and what she has to overcome. And that's a good sign. So yeah, my apologies, this has been a shorter video, but guess what I had to say about this is just really straightforward. And I'm happy about this. If anything, it makes me more excited to see her in the movie, even though I'm not really that excited to see the movie itself, because it seems like every given day I hear a leak or someone talk about something that makes me not want to see it. But I'm going to see it for Xochitl. I'm going to see it for America Chavez, my third favorite character of all time. So yeah, I'm Jane Haidar, aka Spyfan 101, saying peace.
You to belong.